Who is West End Caleb and why is he ghosting every girl in New York City? Well, let's get into it. So the hashtag West End Caleb is literally going viral on TikTok right now. And it's because this one man is love bombing every girl and then literally ghosting them. So allegedly, West End Caleb is this guy right here. Some girl posted it, not 100% sure if this is him, but it seems legit. But they call him West End Caleb because obviously his name is Caleb, and he's a designer at West Elm. And he's on all these dating apps, and he's messaging girls, love bombing them, sending them amazing Spotify playlists, and then either ghost them immediately before the date or after a few dates. And he's done this to hundreds of girls, it seems like. One girl posted it on TikTok, and then another girl was like, wait, that happened to me. And then another girl was like, that happened to me. I mean, you guys, look at all of these videos. It's insane. All about West End Caleb.
That's quite big. Impressive.
But anyways, what side are you on? Do you love West End Caleb? Or did he ghost you? Barstool has some merch. Link in bio, go check it out. But that's who West End Caleb is. Just to
So apparently there has been a man known as Caleb in New York City, and Caleb from New York City has been out here on a rampage. Okay, he has been ghosting these girls, he has been not taking them seriously, and these collection of women, just straight up embarrassments, I would say, have gotten on TikTok to discuss this man, and they call themselves victim guys. Now these women will say things like, you know, why can't I find a relationship, or all my relationships go terribly? And this is just another drop in the ocean, guys, of proof that these women are out here dating the same select few men and then complaining when they can't get into a relationship with him. Mind you, these girls are not relationship material. But as you can see, we have this woman here, we have another woman here, we have another woman here, who are all going to talk to us about West Elm Caleb from New York City. Guys, before we jump in, as always, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link is in the description. Totally free to join, guys. If you're interested in supporting the episodes, make sure that you check that out. But let's take a listen and kick it off with this first introductory TikTok. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
Who is West End Caleb and why is he ghosting every girl in New York City? Well, let's get into it. So the hashtag West End Caleb is literally going viral on TikTok right now. And it's because this one man is love bombing every girl and then literally ghosting them.
I'm going to pause it right there. Okay, so if you guys don't know what love bombing is basically when you leave the interactions with a particular, like you've met them for the first time, and you just shower them with affection and quote unquote love, and you tell them how they're fantastic they are. Basically, you blow their head up to be the size of a balloon, and really sell them the idea that, you know, you care about them and all this kind of stuff. Now, women will complain about this when men do this to them, right? It's classified as a manipulation technique, excuse me. But let me just tell you something, guys. If you are an average man, or, you know, you're not attractive to that particular girl, it will not work for you. Okay, so girls will complain about love bombing, but love bombing can only work on these women when they're actually attracted to the man to begin with. If a guy, just a regular average guy, starts a relationship with a woman or tries to by love bombing her, it's going to go terribly because he's creepy, right?
So allegedly, West End Caleb is this guy right here. Some girl posted it, not 100% sure if this is him, but it seems legit. But they call him West End Caleb because obviously his name is Caleb, and he's a designer at West Elm. And he's on all these dating apps, and he's messaging girls, love bombing them, sending them amazing Spotify playlists.
Let's pause it right there. Okay, so this guy, you know, I wouldn't call him like top of the top, and I wouldn't call him bottom. He's a decent looking guy, right? Now, we don't know if this is actually him or not, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to assume that it's him. Yeah, he doesn't look too terrible, okay? And here's the thing as well about these TikToks and stuff like that, guys. This guy could have seen a small handful of women. You know, a lot of you guys wouldn't consider this guy to be like top 1% or anything like that. He's not like model material, right? But he's a good looking guy. All it takes, it's funny, right? Because all it takes is a few of these women to get together, and then this hashtag would have blown up. You see what I mean? So like this in my mind, guys, this isn't even an extreme example. This is just one that got a bit of attraction. Okay, I'm sure that there are dudes out here, like Caleb, even above Caleb kind of thing, who are compounding the issue, shall we put it, of all of these girls getting with the same particular group of men. But not a bad looking guy by any stretch of the imagination.
And then either ghost them immediately before the date or after a few dates.
So they're complaining, right? Because they're being ghosted before the date or after a few dates. Okay. So the funny part about this is, guys, is our body, our choice. We don't owe you. The funny thing is, girls will complain all the time about, oh, men ghost us, men treat us like that, men ignore us, men do this, men do that, when they themselves engage in behavior that is 20 times worse. So when I saw this video, guys, it's literally just like, to me, it's like a taste of their own medicine. When a man ghosts them or sees them for a little bit and then decides to ditch them, I really have absolutely no sympathy for it, because the experience out here in dating for the average man is to receive that kind of behavior from women endlessly anyway. Like, if you're an average guy and you're out here on dating apps, chances are it's going to be quite terrible for you, and girls are going to treat you terribly, right?
And he's done this to hundreds of girls, it seems like. One girl posted it on TikTok, and then another girl was like, wait, that happened to me. And then another girl was like, that happened to me. I mean, you guys, look at all of these videos. It's insane.
Okay, so first point to make about this is that some of these videos are going to be fake. Okay, like some of them will be fake because girls will jump on the hashtag trying to get some quick and easy views. They're basically just like, they're little scavengers, right? They see a piece of meat and they come in and they're like, oh, please give me some likes and validation. So some of these videos are going to be fake simply because these women are looking for attention. But I have no doubt there's like a few of them in there and that sort of thing that this guy has seen. So they've kind of got together and complained about it. And the funny part about this, by the way, is that all of this makes Caleb more attractive because all the other women think that all the other women are interested in him as well. Right? Whether or not there's varying degrees of validity to it, girls never want a dude who is not attractive to any women. So by virtue of this happening, Caleb is probably seeing more women, to be honest.
All about West End Caleb. But anyways, what side are you on? Do you love West End Caleb, or did he ghost you? Barstool has some merch. Link in bio, go check it out. But that's who West End Caleb is.
Yeah, right. So let's continue into this next video. And this woman's going to go over a playlist that he made for her, which, truth be told, he probably sent to every girl. He probably just had a copy pasted playlist. And again, I don't care when men put in zero effort or just send this. Like, if you're a dude out here and you're sending every single the same message or the same playlists, or you're doing the same thing, I don't hold it against you, because quite honestly, a lot of these women aren't worth the effort, and it's not worth like going out. It really isn't. Like, I don't, if all of these girls have received the same playlist, I would consider that hilarious, right? Like, good on you, Caleb, for not wasting your time.
Hey guys, New York City, West Elm Caleb survivor over here.
It's beautiful, isn't it, guys? A beautiful thing how these girls will position themselves as victims. It's like you chose to engage in the dating market. Here's the funny thing. These girls, they could cash their chips at any time and check out and get a boyfriend. You are not the victim of the dating market, madam. Like, that's the funniest. Yeah, you're the victim of Caleb. I'm sorry, you could have had 35 million relationships before Caleb even came along. So the fact that you're complaining means very little.
I thought I would share a playlist that he sent me. I wonder if anyone else got the same playlist. Okay, here we go. So right off the bat, I would consider some of these songs to be a red flag.
Only these modern girls could consider song choices a red flag. Like, isn't that amazing, right? We're living in an era of social media now where a girl will attempt to disqualify you as a potential suitor based on a song that you send her. Like, that's not dystopian, guys. I don't know. Like, what on earth is that, man?
One might say like male manipulator music, and
male manipulator music. Let me get this straight. This girl right here is attempting to disqualify men based on the criteria that a particular song is a male manipulator song. That's craziness. In fact, guys, I would argue that if you were to take male manipulator songs and you were to make them like your, you could like set like that crap as your song that you listen to or whatever, these quote-unquote male manipulator songs, they're probably just songs that dudes have taken out of girls' playlists so that girls will be interested in them. Like, anytime a girl says, oh, he's awful, oh, he's, this is a manipulator, or guys, the most dangerous guys are always ones that dress well, it means that they go for the dudes who dress well and listen to that particular music.
I caught on to that right after he sent it to me. So I did send it to one of my friends for confirmation, and she was like, yeah, that's a big red flag, which...
So these girls, right, when they talk to dudes, this is why I say, by the way, if you're a man and you're out there dating, or maybe you've got a wife or you've got a girlfriend and stuff like that, you might think that your private conversations are private, but let me be the first to tell you that they are not. Okay, whether or not it comes out after the relationship or during, these girls, like, they get in like a little football huddle, okay, right? And they sit there and they're like, oh, girl, he sent me this. What do you think of this? And they all have to, like, agree for you to be approved, right? If you're a dude and you're out there dating, I would not recommend that you meet these girls' friends at all. Who gives a crap, guys? Typically, they're going to have a negative opinion of you anyway. And a lot of these women are, truth be told, guys, they're crabs in a bucket. Because if one of the girls is approaching a relationship, oftentimes their friends will get them to engage in self-destructive behaviors that negate the eventuality of that relationship anyway.
Which I think is funny, given where we are now. I just think if you have that many songs from, like, The Doors and The Smiths and Morrissey, it's just kind of like... I don't know. He also has a whole playlist dedicated to the Smiths. But anyway, I know that this isn't much, but I thought it would be fun to contribute to the discourse. So here's a little insight into West Elm Caleb's music choice.
I'm not going to even say anything more about that. Let's just move on to the next video. I'm going to take a drink of my tea. That's disgusting. Let's go.
I wasn't going to make a video about this, but I feel like it's my duty as your Asian older sister to warn my New York City girls about this Caleb from West Elm ASAP. So in my recent video, I made a joke to call out this very tall Caleb I went on a date with in New York City.
So that's probably his feature that stands out the most, by the way. So the picture of the guy, Caleb, from before, this is probably one of the features that really kind of sets him apart and makes him in the upper echelons, I guess, is the fact that he's tall. You will notice that a lot of these women, they will disqualify men because men are short, or hell, even for their manipulator male song choices, I suppose.
And it kind of went viral, but I kept having girls comment being like, is this the West Elm Caleb? And I'm like, who is this West Elm Caleb? And why do you guys keep asking that? Like, how do you guys all know this guy? I was so confused. But then I get a DM from a Caleb who says he's also very tall, and I click on his bio and it says West Elm furniture designer. And I was like, oh my God, is this him? But I ignore him, as queens do. Then I get a girl.
You catch that right in there? She says, I ignore him as queens do. And this is what I'm talking about, of like the modern day attitude of just treating men like crap and disrespecting them for no reason. It's like, you couldn't just say that, you couldn't just make up anything or say like, oh, I didn't reply to the message because I didn't get to it, or I thought he would be lying or whatever. No. You've got to specifically say that you ignore him because you're a queen, right? This modern day attitude of treating men like crap is one of the things that men look at and they say, okay, like, I see all of this happening. Why would I get into a relationship with you if you act like this, okay? Why would I get into a relationship with you when I can just have some fun and then not commit to you at all? Because you don't respect men at all. So how's that going to play out when men are out here, for example, getting married, or they're out here having long-term relationships, when, you just might, because you're a queen, I guess, break up said relationship and take away half his crap, if not kids, if you have them, right?
DM me being like, oh my God, are you talking about the West Elm Caleb? And I'm like, who the hell is he? And can you please explain why there's so many girls commenting about him? So we first confirmed that it is the same Caleb that DM'd me. And I'm like, oh my God, why is he everywhere? And she tells me that they've matched on Hinge before and that they were texting intensely for a while. And he is like love bombing her, even though they've never met up before, like have not gone on a first date. And I'm like, that is the biggest red flag out of all the red flags. Then,
whenever girls sit here and try and tell you about red flags, guys, it's kind of like red flags are just markers for what women choose to date, right? They choose to date men who love bomb them. Now, that's not me going out here and saying, oh, by the way, guys, you should go out there and love bomb women and all that kind of crap, because truthfully, again, this only works if you're attractive, right? For the average guy, if you're just out here love bombing women, I mean, good luck to you, right? They're going to think you're a creep or whatever. But the point is, whenever these girls bring up red flags, it typically means that they've been with dudes that have those traits before or have done those things, and those men haven't committed to her. You can every time a girl complains about this sort of crap, if you want to go out there and date, all you have to do is reverse engineer what she says, and then that'll probably work out for you. You know, because they're literally giving you the formula of dudes who have had their fun and then dipped out. It's actually hilarious.
Of course, he ghosts her. The funniest part is this girl sends me a TikTok that another girl made gushing about her Hinge date. And she tells me, she's like, I confirmed using my detective work that this is about West Elm Caleb. And
notice how all the attention starts to come together when one woman is head over heels, it kind of like draws in a flock of them. And this is what I'm talking about, guys, when these girls, they do not like men. Men are by baseline, by default, repulsive to girls. And the dudes who, you know, break out of that are the ones who are attractive, obviously, but particularly attractive to other women. Like, no girl wants to date a guy who no other women find attractive. And this is why when this crap comes up of like, oh, you know, you got ghosted by him, you got ghosted by him, they all like huddle together in a little flock and they all like chat about it. And then his, you know, how valuable he's perceived to be goes up.
Girl in the video is like head over heels, gushing about this guy, and it's like so giddy. And I'm like, oh my God, I recognize this girl. That used to be me when I was stupid and naive. And
yeah, like, what are we talking about? Like a week ago? Again, when girls say crap like this, it's because they've done it and they're continuing to do it. I'm going to play that back so you can catch what she just said right there, okay?
Loving the girl in the video is like head over heels, gushing about this guy, and it's like so giddy. And I'm like, oh my God, I recognize this girl. That used to be me when I was stupid and naive. And
what are the odds that this woman is still out here gushing and talking about dudes that won't commit to her? I would say that it's pretty high, pretty damn high.
DMing this girl back being like, oh my God, do we tell her? Maybe I am jumping to conclusions because I've only heard one story, but I just feel like love bombing is the gateway red flag to all of the other red flags. And if that many girls are commenting about you on a TikTok, that just like doesn't look good. And
actually, it kind of does. See, this is why you never listen to them, man. This is why you never listen. She says that it's a bad look. I would argue this is a fantastic look for Caleb, right? Yeah, you're going to be considered a player and whatever else, but since when are women not attracted to players? You know what I mean? Like, if this Caleb comes around, he's just a normal, respectful kind of guy, or whatever, if he just plays it nice and calm, can totally play in his favor. Right? This is why you don't listen to them, guys, because she has no idea. She's like, oh, it's a bad look. You're a player. You're disgusting. Okay, if he's so disgusting, then why are all these women talking about him? Why are you talking about him? Why is his name even in your mouth? Okay?
This is why we need that app I just talked about where we can leave reviews of guys we've dated on Hinge, because then I don't have to make this subtle video trying to warn this girl.
Only in 2022 will you hear the idea of a dating app where women can warn other women about particular men. That is actually disgusting. That is just straight up disgusting. This is, guys, this is like, these kind of things to the dating market is why so many people hate dating. You will notice, guys, if you go out here and you ask women, a lot of women, they straight up hate dating. Nobody is happy. Hey, what better way to improve the dating market, to improve modern day dating, than to come out here and make an app where women sit and gossip. They already sit and gossip anyway, but make an app where they leave reviews of men that they have dated, right? And you'll notice if they did that, guys, it would all be like a small, if you're in a small city, it would be a small group of men. You would probably know the men in that city that they're all gossiping about, right?
I'm just going to leave it up to the TikTok gods now, and if this video shows up on your For You page and you happen to be dating a West Elm Caleb, consider yourself warned, and maybe keep your guard up.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Obviously, the sisterhood looking out for each other here, but not really. It's honestly the most clueless effort I have ever seen, but let's continue. So this is the next woman.
West Elm Caleb's victims, I'm so sorry. My heart goes out to you. You're a beautiful woman who deserves so much better.
This accent is worse than mine. What is this? This is worse than my accent.
However, I need to gloat. I just want to take this opportunity to gloat because I've always said the worst men to walk the face of this planet. The biggest red flag are artsy men who dress well.
In other words, these are the men that you've chosen who don't commit to you. Guys, this is what I'm talking about with the red flags, okay? She says artsy men who dress well are the biggest walking red flag on the planet in terms of men. Guys, if you were to look at this girl's dating history and you were to say, okay, what are the men that she most attracted, what were the dudes that she was most attracted to? It would probably be artsy dudes wearing suits, right? They literally just tell you what it is that they're attracted to, but they'll say that they're not, and it's a giant red flag.
I've always said that. And everyone's like, Claire, like, no, what do you mean? Aha, who was right? Me, I was right.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. So guys, we're going to be jumping into today's magazine article and seeing what some people have to say about men with commitment issues. Okay, I wanted to show you guys this, and this is a real article, apparently, written by a woman named Rachel Pace, and she is an expert blogger, guys, an expert blogger. And she has a title here, and it says, How to Identify and Deal with a Man with Commitment Issues. Because obviously, guys, these women, when men won't commit to them, they need to deal with it rather than just accept that men are not interested in committing to them. Which, of course, is a fantastic outlook on life, guys. One might consider it predatory or disgusting. But hey, we are here to learn. Let's take a listen to what this article has to say. We hear more and more about women who are in love with men with commitment issues. It does seem as if there are more commitment shy men out there right now as compared to a generation ago. The ease and abundance of dating apps may be feeding into the problem. Why commit to one great woman, arguable, when the next one may be just one swipe away? Let's take a deep dive into what causes commitment phobia and how to deal with a commitment phobic man. First off, let us be clear. Men with commitment issues will have these issues no matter what woman they are with. It has nothing to do with you. Doubt it. So please stop doubting your attractiveness, your intelligence, your great personality, your loving and generous nature. I never understand this stuff. It's like, if you have an audience, you understand that not all of your audience are going to be the most attractive or the most... I think it's really disingenuous to sit there and go, hey guys, you're fantastic no matter what. Like, guys, if I sit here and I make a video and I say you are all handsome, fit, fantastic men with fantastic personalities, you know that I'm lying to you. Because one of you is going to, a few of you are going to be sitting there, right? And you're like, man, I missed the gym for the past 2 years. Taylor's just... You see what I'm saying, guys? It's like these girls sell this idea that everybody around them is beautiful. Everybody around them is fantastic. You're all queens. You're all this. You're all that. It's like, what if you have a poor personality? What if you're not loving and generous? Not everybody is these characteristics. So if you come out here and you try and tell your audience that they're this, they're that, like, if the audience has any sense, they're going to be like, oh, they're just buttering me up. But, I guess we just live in the era of lying to people to protect their feelings. If a guy is scared of commitment, he displays this fear with every woman he dates. Men with commitment issues are not born that way. Guys with commitment issues learn this behavior from life experiences such as unresolved childhood trauma, other childhood trauma, trauma in adulthood. So basically, this woman's conclusion, right? If a dude doesn't want to commit to her, then a man has trauma of some description, and it is not a result of her as an individual. Right? So rather than take accountability for the fact that maybe men don't want to date you because they are not interested, you have to then blame the man's life situations and say that he is traumatized, and that is the reason why men don't want to commit to you. I don't know about you guys, but to me, that's incredibly disgusting. Not only is that disingenuous, it's probably not doing her readers any favor. Okay, you're going to just blow people's heads up and give them, like, the entitlement that goes through the damn roof. But, hey, I guess she knows what she's talking about, guys, because she is an expert. I repeat, guys, she is an expert blogger. Let's continue. How can I identify a man with commitment issues? Has he ever married or lived with a woman? Are his previous relationships short-lived? Does he have a history of moving around a lot or frequent job changes? Does he say that he doesn't want to have any roots or ties, or talks about his desire to be free to do what he wants when he wants? There are more signs of commitment phobia than we will highlight later in this article, but if you answered yes to one or more of the questions, it is highly likely that you are dating a man with commitment issues. Don't despair. We will look at some ways to get a commitment phobe to commit if that is truly what you would like to see happening in your relationship. Yeah, fantastic stuff, guys. Gentlemen, we're going to be leaving today's episode right there because I just threw up in my mouth. As always, guys, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. It's always interesting to see what you guys have to say. If you have any different perspectives to share, feel free to do so. That is what the comments box is for. As always, guys, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link is in the description. If you're interested in supporting the channel, that is a fantastic way to do it. Totally free to join, but if you'd like to become a supporter, there's also an option for that. But otherwise, gentlemen, we're going to be leaving it there. So make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace. Yo, what is going on, guys? Past Taylor here. Just want to say thank you if you made it to the end of today's video. Before you head out, there's just a few announcements that I'd like to make. The first is that my editor, who goes through all of the blood, sweat, and tears of putting together content for us to endure, has started his own YouTube channel. The link will be in the video description, so make sure that you go and show him some support by going and giving him a sub. Also, we are currently looking to expand Fiendish content creation behind the scenes, so if you're interested in becoming a content creator alongside me, be sure to check out the application form at the very bottom of the video description. This is for those of you who are interested in becoming a part of the content that you see here on YouTube. So if you're interested in applying, make sure to get in quick. People who apply first will have priority for consideration. Again, the link is at the very bottom of the video description. Lastly, if you guys are interested in supporting the channel, there are links to both Patreon and Locals below the video, guys. I'd like to extend a huge thank you to the supporters on those two platforms. You guys allow me to make these episodes, and your support is greatly appreciated. As always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I will catch you later for real this time, guys. Peace.